thank you for everyone for joining this session. So it's weekend afternoon, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule and joining this session. And me and Shubham welcome you to this 18th Lucknow MuleSoft Meetup, where Shubham will be presenting the integration with MailChimp. So it is a very interesting topic, and you will not find anything on internet regarding this. So if ever you come to this scenario to integrate MailChimp with MuleSoft, this session will help you a lot. Okay, uh, so you can move to the next slide, Shubham. Okay, so uh, there are three hosts for this session. So Abhishek is speaking in other meetup, so he will be joining soon. Same for Rutuja. So I will start this. So this is Akib Chavez. So I have total 8 years of experience in IT and working for MuleSoft related projects from last 3 years. So I'm currently working with TCS as assistant consultant, and I am a certified architect and developer. I am leading this MuleSoft City meetup with Abhishek and Ratuja. So they will be joining late. So apologies for that. And I welcome you all. And I just want to thank Shubham for taking time. Akib, you are not audible.
I think his internet has some problem.
Let him rejoin. Shubham.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'll continue from here. So basically, introduction about myself. So I'm professional integration developer at Bilenium, and I have like 2.5 years plus years of experience. I'm MuleSoft certified developer and platform architect and integration architect as well. So you can connect to me with me on LinkedIn. So here's my link, and so we'll continue. So first of all, there's a safe harbor statement. So I'll read that out. So both the speaker and the host are organizing this meetup in individual capacity only, and we are not presenting our companies here. Okay, so this presentation is strictly for learning purpose only. Organization presenter do not hold any responsibility that same solution will work for your business requirements. And this presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. Okay, some housekeeping rules. So recording of this meetup will be uploaded to this events page within 24 hours, and also the slide and the resources that I will share with you. And questions you can submit at any time in questions chats tab, and kind of do ask the questions, so it will be more interactive. Give us feedback at the end of this meetup, so by filling the feedback form that you will receive at the end. Yeah, so we'll continue. Okay, so today's agenda is about MailChimp. So we will cover these four topics here. First of all, like what is MailChimp, like what is this MailChimp, and after that we will I mean look at the pros and cons of this MailChimp, and so after that we will look out the MailChimp connector market. So we will look at the marketing MailChimp marketing connector functionality. So what functions does it provide? And after that we will see a demo of this integration with MailChimp. And if time remains, we will talk about this MailChimp transactional email service offering. So it's a basically MailChimp offering for sending transactional emails. I'll talk about this if time says. So it's Mandrill API. So it's this email service is called Mandrill API. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so first of all, what is MailChimp? So basically, MailChimp is a marketing automation platform. Okay, so basically, it will, what MailChimp does is like it provides us the capability of sending marketing platform. So it helps to automate our marketing offering. Okay, and it also provides us this capability of sending email. So so when was MailChimp founded? MailChimp was founded in 2001, and its parent company is Intuit. I hope you have heard about Intuit. So it's a very big company. It's a Fortune 100 company. And yeah, so about MailChimp. So basically, MailChimp is a web-based application. So it's not a software which you need to install. So it's a web-based application. You can all do your functions on the web application itself by going on the browser and going to mailchimp.org. And yeah, so basically it works in most web browsers, so don't need to download any software. So that's understandable. Now, MailChimp is like beneficial for digital marketing strategies. So suppose you want to grow your brand and kind of make it reachable to audience. So it is designed for basically that purpose, like digital marketing strategists and marketing specialists and web content coordinators. And other than that, yeah, so it enables users to develop and maintain mailing lists, design, send and save templates on. So basically, what does this mean is that we can create our contacts list audience. So kind of like audience is like we add our contacts. Like suppose person one wants to uh, subscribe to our list, I mean our content. So basically he will get added to our mailing list, and we can basically design and templates that we will send to our customers or subscribers. Okay, after that, so basically what we do in MailChimp is like run campaigns. Okay, so that users are aware of our offerings. So basically, and after these campaigns are run, we can like track what are the results, like how many subscribers wanted to get to, how many subscribers subscribe to our email offerings and other things. So create content and share on social media. So basically, from MailChimp itself, we can directly share it to our social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So basically, of course, these are the biggest marketing platforms for any company. So that's why we can there is a direct integration for that, and build emails, social ads, landing pages and postcards. So we have the capabilities of all these functionalities in MailChimp platform. Okay, so I will show the glimpse of MailChimp platform first, then we will move to the next slide. Okay, so let me go to the platform. Okay, so this is the MailChimp platform. Basically, when we have this options of a audience, adding like email and emails, contacts and sign up forms. We have all these functionalities here. You can check out this. And so campaign facility automation, so we can do all the automations. And transactional image service, which will redirect us to that Mandrill API. So I'll not go here for now. Then we have the direct integration, so we can directly integrate to many of these services here. Okay, and okay, so this is this. And okay, so if I like, I want to ask, like, have you guys ever see this MailChimp thing in your emails? You can like type yes or no in the chat. Okay, so first of all, like there is a, so MuleSoft mentors and like ambassadors receive a kind of monthly newsletter from MuleSoft itself. So I will show like MuleSoft itself uses MailChimp service for sending these emails. Okay, so let me go to this monthly newsletter. Okay, so see, this is the monthly MuleSoft sent by for to MuleSoft mentors. So newsletter, basically it's a uh, newsletter basically sent by MuleSoft to the MuleSoft mentors or maybe ambassadors as well. So as you can see, if you reach to the end, so you will see here MailChimp. So basically this email is sent by the MailChimp of service. Okay, so it's used by MuleSoft as well. And I'll go back to the slide now.
Yeah, so hi Shum, sorry to adjust. We can say like Mail. This one is a partner with MuleSoft for all their social email handlings. We can say correct.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will get to the slide. Okay, if you will check, if you will search like MailChimp in your inbox, you will see maybe emails from MailChimp. So maybe your email senders may be using MailChimp. So if you will search, you will probably find them, because it's like a service used by many companies. Okay, so you can check that. And after that, let's continue to the next slide. So yeah, so what other competitors are there for MailChimp? So you must have seen these services. I mean, platforms used by other companies to send the emails. Like you have seen Google Gmail, and then there is Microsoft Outlook, and you have also seen Zoho Mail. That's a famous one. And SMTP. Then sales. If you are on the Salesforce platform, you must have use Salesforce Inbox. And then we have offering email sending offering from Amazon SES, that is simple email service. So these are some of the competitors for MailChimp. They have some benefits, they have some cons, so that's there. And okay, so we'll get to the next slide. So what are the pros and cons of using MailChimp? Okay, so what are the like benefits this provide and disadvantages of using MailChimp? We'll talk about this. Okay, so using MailChimp, we can we have these facilities, like we can split our audience with if else rules. So basically, if we want to say, suppose there are two group of users, and we want to send particular content to one group of users, and the particular content to different content to the other. So we can use these rules to distinguish our content and send different emails to different audiences. Okay, and then send different emails to different audiences that I covered. Use time delays. Okay, so we can use kind of a scheduler as we use in MuleSoft. So we can use time delays. I mean, like we want to send after 30 minutes or maybe after a day. So we can use these time delays. Tag and group your group audience members or even subscribers repeat a journey. So that's understandable. Now, what are the features that this MailChimp service provides? So it includes email designer. So basically we can design our email template. So basically we will use the drag and drop service. I will show you this email designer in a bit. Okay, let me open this platform. So if you go to this okay, campaign email templates. Okay, so you can create your template and design it whatever way you like. So you can I mean, you have this option to kind of create your own customized way. So you have these templates already created here, and you can start from scratch as well. So it's up to you that how good you can design. So basically it may be up to your designer to design these things. So you can code, you can use the themes that are already there. So you can see very good themes here. Okay, so I'll get back to slide again. Okay, and multi-user accounts analytics and reports. So after running a campaign or sending all these emails, we can see like how users are behaving on that. Maybe user is opening or not. So we can get the analytics of our campaign now. And workflow automation, so we can automate all these things. We don't need to like manually click on send, and then only the user will receive. So we can automate all these things. We can create custom forms. So suppose you want different users to subscribe to your service, so you can create custom forms for that purpose. So the user, what will happen is you will publish these forms to uh, social platforms like Instagram and all. So they will fill this form, and you will get their contact details and like they want to subscribe or not, what kind of information they want. And yeah, so campaign templates I showed. And yeah, it also provides us AI powered assistant. So basically AI can do, I mean, provides you insights and maybe recommendations based on based on like previous information. Okay, so this facility is there as well. Now you have access to complete comparative metrics, so you can kind of compare your different campaigns, like which campaign kind of reach to the greater audience. Okay, so you can do this. And last not the least, you can remove the MailChimp logo if you prefer. So as you have seen, like there was a MailChimp logo that I showed in this email. Okay, let me open this. Okay, so you can remove this MailChimp logo. So you have to like kind of buy this service for removing this MailChimp logo. So maybe as you have seen, like when you subscribe to MuleSoft meetups, you may have not seen this MailChimp. So it may have happened that they have like kind of buy that thing and remove this icon. So that's why you don't see that in your normal emails. And so okay, now we talk about some of the cons that are there for MailChimp. So having a membership based site can be difficult, so you need to like kind of purchase a membership here. So that's why, I mean, it's a con. And MailChimp reserves the right to suspend or cancel your account. So maybe if you like kind of use it for spamming purpose and kind of wrong activities, you MailChimp has the right to close your account and suspend it. So be careful for that. Okay, then just give me a minute. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. Now we'll talk about the MailChimp connector functionalities. So MailChimp provides us this marketing connector. Okay, let me go to this. Okay, so let me first show you in Anypoint Studio where we can get this marketing connector. So basically, you go to search in Exchange, you search for MailChimp here, and okay, it's already. So you get this two options here: MailChimp marketing connector and a MailChimp connector. So this marketing connector is MuleSoft certified connector. So basically MuleSoft provides support for this, and made by like MuleSoft. And this MailChimp connector Mule 4 is made by an MuleSoft partner. So it's like kind of offering for from them. So basically, if you need to use this, you may need to maybe pay to this organization that made this connector. And yeah, so you will, the support will you will get from only that organization only. And if you use this MailChimp marketing connector, it's made by MuleSoft. So it's MuleSoft certified. So basically the MuleSoft will provide support for this if any issue or maybe occurs in the future. Okay, so we will add this, and what will come is this will get added to your palette. And you can see all these functions here. Okay, now I will talk about what are these functions. Okay, now I will get back to the slide. So these are the functions, as you can see, like add campaign, add member node. So these are not the only function that you can use. I will show you this API, MailChimp API. So these are some of the functions. You can get more functionalities out of this by using MailChimp API. Okay, so I will show that API first. So okay, I'll go back to browser. Okay, so this is the MailChimp marketing API. So as you can see, you can do all those functionalities as well that are provided by marketing connector. And other than that, there are more functionalities. Okay, so if you want more kind of functionalities, like suppose site like send test email, even if you want to like test these functionalities, you can first do that in Postman, and then only if you like it, then you can use the connector as well. So this there. Okay, now I'll talk about the different functionalities that are there in the provided by the marketing connector. Okay, so this is ad campaign. So basically, this will what we will do is create a campaign for our offering. Like suppose we want to provide let's say order. Okay, so let's say maybe a campaign for users to subscribe to our maybe like order functionality. Okay, so maybe we are opening a suppose let me see. Okay, so suppose we are offering users sending like flowers to our to their friends or so we can create a campaign for that functionality, so users will know that we have that offering. Okay, so we will use this functionality, and what it requires is we will be sending a post body for this, and basically let me show this what the user what this functionality or endpoint requires to be executed. Okay, so we will go to this API. Okay, so add campaign, as you can see, so it's a post method and slash campaigns. So if you will be using Postman, then you will be using this endpoint, but since we are using the connector, it's already there, so we just need to provide the okay body for that. So nothing, no need to configure anything, just provide the post request for that. Okay, so you can see the okay, so you can see the body parameters that are required or not, so we need to provide these content. So you can see example response that we will get out of those if the response is 200. Okay, so if the campaign gets added successfully to our account, so we'll get a 200 response, and this is the format. Okay, now I'll get back to the get back to here to PPT. Okay, so this is the functionality. You will see, like, you will experience 200 response on success and a unique campaign ID. So when you will execute this, you will get a response campaign ID as a response in the response. Okay, and okay, so then we have this add member node functionality. Okay, so you can add a node for a specific subscriber using the add member node functionality. So what you will do is, like, maybe you want to send a specific node to a particular to a particular user, or to a particular group of users. So you can use this functionality for that, and then add a member to the list. It is understandable that so basically what before kind of sending a campaign and even starting a campaign, we need to create a audience. Okay, so audience is like a list of contacts. Okay, so we will see, we will send campaign to whom? So to users. Okay, so before sending the campaign, we will need to add the audience, add the users to our list. So I'll show where we need to do this. Okay, we will get to the MailChimp platform, and okay, so this is the campaign, this is the audience part. Okay, so we go to audience dashboard. As you can see that I have 32 contacts, and 31 of them are subscribers. So you can add your inbuilt contacts. Suppose you already have a list of contacts in your Excel file, so you can directly add that. Don't need to do the manual adding, like create a contact each manually. Okay, we go to all contacts. You can see your all the contacts list here. As you have add, you can export, you can add using a like import feature, which you can use to import from Excel, or maybe wherever you have all the list of your contacts, and add a subscriber. You can use sign up forms for this purpose as well. So you create you create a kind of a link on a social media, and people will fill that form, and they will get added to your campaign. Okay, to your, I mean, audience list. Okay, so these are different functionalities that this MailChimp service provide for adding audience. Like for forms purpose, like we have form builder, embedded forms, subscriber pop-up. Like if you have seen like when you kind of visit on a particular website, there is a like a pop-up that says like kind of a newsletter, subscribe to a newsletter. So you can do all these things by using these things that are already inbuilt. Contact form and form integrations. Yeah, so form you can also integrate in your website or anywhere. So okay, so this is that. Okay, now next functionality is delete list member. So delete list, it's understandable that we will delete all the contact. It deletes all the contact details from the list, and also removes them from the list as well. So if a customer wants to unsubscribe, we will delete his personal identifiable information. So it's also like comes it also follows GDPR. So when a customer wants to get unsubscribed, is all information will be deleted. MailChimp will not store it details. Okay, so that's one good point there. And okay, on email open trigger. So suppose we sent an email to our audience, or okay, and customer opens that email and we want to take some action, like suppose user subscribe to our list and he gets a welcome email. So, and he opens that welcome email, we can provide a like catalog of services when he opens that email. So we can do that using this email open trigger. Okay, using the email open trigger we can create a trigger to perform a specific actions or list of actions. Okay, like example, follow up email to provide the catalog of services offered by our business as I described. Okay, then we have on new or updated member trigger. Suppose a user gets added to our list, and so what basically we want to do is, generally what happens whenever a user subscribe to a thing, he gets a welcome email. So we can do this thing using this functionality on new or updated member trigger. And on unsubscribed member trigger, you have seen like whenever you unsubscribe to an to a email offering, so it basically sends you an email, like sending an email to the subscriber to ask the reason for their exit, what actions caused this. Okay, so you have seen like whenever you unsubscribe to a thing, they ask what is the reason like you are exiting, and maybe they offer, sometimes they offer you like benefit offers like 30% discount and etc. So this thing you can do using on unsubscribe member trigger. So they can, like, they don't want to unsubscribe and they cancel that activity. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Okay, so then comes the functionality of send campaign. As I told, like there was a functionality add campaign. So this basically creates a campaign but not sends it to the audiences. But using the send campaign, this functionality sends that campaign to our audiences. Okay, so it initiates the process to start a campaign. Now there is two functionalities all as well, unauthorized. So what it does is like we are doing these things, like all these performing all these functions using our API key. And suppose we want to kind of unauthorized this functionality to us, to our user, so we can use the unauthorized function. So it will delete all the access token information of given resource owner ID. I mean, like I am doing all these things, but I want my user to not perform all these activities. Then I will use the unauthorized function. So it's impossible to execute any operation for that user without first repeating the authorization dance. And then we have last functionality, search members. So search members and get their details. So basically, if we want to get any information about a particular contact, we will use this functionality. So we will if we want to check about what offering does he like, and if he is subscribed to which newsletters, etc., we can verify using this functionality. Okay, now as you can see, these are some of the designs we can create with our MailChimp service. So you can see this shop now. I mean, you have seen like you must have received emails such like this, from Zomato or maybe Swiggy. So this you can create with MailChimp as well. And Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn page, you can attach links here as well. So okay, okay, so this, that, and copyright. So this thing. Okay, so this is the template designer. As you can see, you can customize any way you like. So it's up to you how good you can create it. So you can create from this to this. So it's up to you. And okay, so I'll go I will explain some of the functionalities from integration perspective. Okay, so let's get, before we get to the demo part, we'll go through this as well. So what are the prerequisites that are we need to do the integration with MailChimp? So first of all, credentials to access the MailChimp marketing target resource. So we will when you will need to sign up to MailChimp and yeah, and get that credentials. Like I will explain that as well. Anypoint Studio version 7.3.5 or later. Okay, and yeah, so some terminologies in MailChimp. So as I explained, like what is campaign, what is audience, what is contact. So campaign is helps manage manage our marketing, add leads, and send emails to contacts. As you've seen, like you want to uh, add contacts to your organization, so you can do that by using campaign. We use campaign to send our promotional emails to the subscriber. Okay, so this thing, and audience, a go-to place for storing MailChimp contacts details. So as I shown you in MailChimp platform, that audience there, so where what it does is store the contact details, our contact details. Okay, and contact is like a particular individual, and a particular contact can have all these details, like marketing status, and what content like users like to receive, the different statuses for contact, like if he's yet subscribed or not, unsubscribed, non-subscribed, cleaned, and archived. As I showed you in dashboard, you can, like, there are 32 contacts, 31 of these are subscribers, one is unsubscribed, so you can see all these details in the dashboard as well. And okay, so now we'll talk about this demo. Okay, so I'll go here, and you can see I have downloaded from Exchange MailChimp Marketing Connector. You have all these functions that I explained. Okay, so now I will explain two of these functions, and the rest I will explain how you can like kind of understand from directly going to this API reference. Okay, so first of all, add campaign functionality. First, I will explain the configuration. Okay, so this marketing connector, you can connect to this MailChimp platform using two. You can authenticate yourself using two of these options. Okay, using two, we have these two options: or API key and OAuth authorization code. Okay, so API key is I will explain you where we get this authorization code and base URI. Okay, so we go to the platform, and you can see that we have this base URI here, and for API key we will go to profile. Okay, so we go to profile and extras, then API keys. Okay, so you can go to the API documentation from here and register and manage your apps. So for OAuth purpose, you can register from here, and developer tools, this is here. Okay, so API key, so we will need to generate a key from this functionality, create a key, and it will generate a API key for us. Okay, so you can see that key has generated, and we can set a label for this. So suppose one application suppose we want to distinguish our applications from using API keys, such that API application one is using this particular key, and application one we can assign label to, so we understand which API key is used by which application. Okay, so because like suppose there is a application, HR application, then there's a different application, a different organization application, so this will help us to distinguish, okay, which API key is used by which application. Okay, now we copy this application API key. Okay, before we paste it in here, I want to like show how we should start with, like, Postman. Okay, so as you can see, like, I have put a get request here, and it's just a get the details of our account. Let me go to the API documentation. Okay, so this you can see, and API root. Okay, so we go to API root. So we are executing this functionality. We will get links to all the resources available in the API. Okay, so we will execute this functionality. You can see for authorization purpose, I have chosen bearer token and provided the API key. And as you can see, I already passed the base URI in the URL, so no need to configure like here. And okay, we go to Postman and we send the request. Okay, so we get all our account details here. We get a 200 response, and like all the details of our account and the function, and you can see, like, from the documentation what it does. It get links to all the resources available in the API. Okay, so you can see, like, I have created a audience list. So you if you want to fetch that audience list, you can fetch this from this endpoint, reports, conversations, all these campaigns, functionality, automations. As you see, whatever you have in the platform, these automations and campaigns and audience you can access through API as well. So this functionality is there. Okay, so authorization is there and response is done. Okay, so now we will get back to the marketing connector. Okay, so suppose we have tested this thing and we want to implement this in our uh, MuleSoft Anypoint platform. Okay, so we do what we do this thing, and now we do the test connection. Okay, for authorization, I have pasted this API key, and we do the test connection. Okay, so the test connection says failed, but as you can see here, it was okay, but here it failed. Can you like tell me how what is the issue here? Like I can tell you like this base URI is correct, but the authorization has some issue. I mean, it's the correct one, but there needs to be add one more thing to make it work. So can you tell me like what's the issue? You can tell me in the comments. Yeah, exactly.
Bearer, Ajay and Amane said.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to add the bearer part here. So it will do the thing. Okay, so the test connection is successful, and okay, so we have authenticated ourselves and we can now perform all these functionalities. Okay, so before we do this, I want to talk about the other part as well. So see, the MailChimp marketing connector uses the following two authentication methods. Okay, so I showed you API key connection provider. So we basically use the API key to access protected application without specifying a password. So we didn't use the password, so it can be secure. So API key is secure. OAuth authorization code connection provider is the other way we can authenticate ourselves to Mailchimp, which is used to access protect with an access token. So this OAuth authorization code will use access token, while this one is using API key. Okay, so how you can do the OAuth authorization code? For OAuth, it's just pretty much the same as you do for any other OAuth 2 provider. Like you need to provide callback URL, authorization URL, consumer key, and consumer secret. So if you have done like OAuth 2 for any other platform, you will easily do this as well. So I will go to the OAuth for this one. I'll show you the like configurations, so you can see. If I select this one, so you need to provide base URI. So this is I have explained like where you will find this. Then see 3.0 is the version for this API. So if it gets updated in future, you will need to update this. Okay, so consumer key, consumer secret, authorization URL. So this is pretty much the same for all the like OAuth authorizations. Authorized callback path, authorized path. So this is pretty much understandable. Basically, you will generally use this API key connection provider because it's the most used way to go. Okay, as I'll explain this next slide. Okay. So API key connection provider, simplest and most used way to authenticate to your Mailchimp account. Okay, so copy or create a key from your Mailchimp account based on your preference, and you can create a new key for each application. Identify using the label tag, as I explained. Like you want to distinguish your different applications. So in the connector configuration, okay, so as I explained, like there are two configurations you need to provide: base URI and the authorization. So base URI will be in this format, dc.api. So you can see dc is the data center part. Okay, so what's our data center? It's in the us 9. Okay, so it's there to like they are providing, maybe they have set up in server in us, so that's their server name is us9. Maybe if you create an account in europe, you will get something related to u9. So this way your base URI will differ here. So we understand, kind of check that. And okay, where dc is the data center, authorization is where you will need to provide your API key. So as I told you, like authorization, here you provide the bearer and plus this API key. Okay, and don't forget to add the bearer, just as showed. Okay, now okay, so this is done. Now I'll show like two of these functions. uh, okay, so I'll run this. Let me check if the functionality is there. I mean, added the bearer. All right. Okay, so before while it's running, I can show you the postman thing. So before what I generally do is, before doing any integration, I generally test it in postman. So you kind of get a kind of more hands-on with the functionality, so you can do the granular changes here. And if you like, if you see your like requirement fulfilled, you can then move on to kind of emulating that change in studio. So as you can see, just a second, that this is the add campaign functionality. So just it's a post method and campaign endpoint. So we are just providing that the post data here, and it gets created. So just a second, what's failed. Okay, what's the issue? We'll check. Okay, so it says a plug dependency or plugin might be missing. Okay, we'll go to the global elements. So this is I was using earlier the other MailChimp connector, so that's why it's throwing this issue. I'll remove this and run again. Okay, so I will explain two more functions here in the. Okay, so send campaign functionality, as you can see, this is the send one. So basically, if you want to send a campaign, you need to provide this campaign id. Okay, so that is generated whenever you add a campaign, you get a id. So this is the uniquely generated id for your campaign. And now suppose you have added this campaign, now you want to send this campaign to your users, because this add campaign does not send it, but just adds it, creates it. Okay, so we'll use this endpoint, and kind of authorization is there, and just send it. Okay, so it will return a 204, and okay 204, so no content, and need to provide this. Okay, just a second, we need to provide this campaign id as well here in the url itself. Okay, so you can see this unique id that was generated for campaign now. Okay, so this has run properly. Now we will check the endpoint. What's the endpoint? So it's slash add. Okay, and you can see the transform message. It's now, let me explain this. What's the content here? So you can see the type, that is the regular. So you have four types of campaign. Regular, and it's a regular one is like you can add images and all things to your campaign, to your email template. If your type is plain text, it will just send the text, not no images, no videos, no links, etc. And there is one more a/b type of campaign. So it's just basically what it does is like a/b testing. You have seen basically you a/b deployments, you have seen like you deploy two of you do two deployments, okay, simultaneously, and one user gets to one deployment, and some users get to second deployment. Similarly here, some users will get the first different campaign email, and some users will get a different. Why you will do this? Because you want to get what user wants. Okay, so suppose first set of users likes subscribes more, then users set group of users too, so you will get an idea that this campaign was successful, and so you will what forwarding, you will use the user I mean the campaign one, because it has more appeal to the audience. Okay, so this is there. Then recipients list id. Okay, now I will explain you what is this. So this is the audience list. Okay, so you want to send this campaign, but whom you want to send this to, this particular group of audience. Now where will you get this? I'll explain, I'll show you. So you go to audience dashboard. Okay, you as I explained, like before creating a campaign, you need to add audience so that you can send to people. And okay, so we go to all contacts. And okay, so you go to this settings, audience names and defaults, and you get this audience id here. Okay, so you, whenever you create a group of audience, you will get this audience ID. So if you refer this, you will get all your contacts list. Okay, so I have pasted this here, and my 50 list of contacts in 50 contacts are is in this list. Okay, and this information you can, if you want to all understand this, all this information, you can always refer to this API. Okay, so it basically explains all this thing. Like if I go to campaign part and add campaign functionality. Okay, so we are, what we are doing is creating a campaign. So post campaigns, create a MailChimp campaign. We are creating a MailChimp campaign. Okay, so you can see all these functionalities like type, as I showed you, the 4 different types. Recipients, you can check what are the required details. So you can pretty much get an idea what is required, what is not required, and what keys generally kind of explains what is required. Okay, so name is there. Okay, now I will explain subject line, preview text, titles. So all these things are in the email header and all. So I will from reply. So basically, whom do you want it to receive? I mean, like suppose you want the you sent it to customer one. So what customer want one checks, like whom it is sent by. So suppose it is sent by your company name @ gmail.com. So it's basically suppose it was sent by MuleSoft, so it will be MuleSoft @mulesoft.com, whatever. So this is like this title. So suppose it's a newsletter, so you will type here newsletter. Okay, so newsletter. Newsletter. Okay, so this is that, and subject line you can type here. All these things are understandable. And tracking. Okay, so as I showed you, like you can get the insights of your campaign, like how many subscribers open it, how many subscribers subscribe to it. So all these things you can uh, get from here, but you just need to like make it true. But I'm doing it, creating a false, because I don't need the tracking for now. And social card, so you can also attach this your Instagram, maybe walls. You, so maybe basically you had a wall, so background, so you can add all these things here. Social card, to create a social card. And content type, template. So if I go to template options, you have 2 things here. Okay, add campaign. Okay, so this is the content type. So there are 2 options, template or multi-channel. So as it explains, the old drag and drop editor uses template. So as I showed you the email editor that I explained here, that this is the email editor template. So if the old one, we need to use template, and for the new one, we will use multi-channel. So there are 2 kind of offerings to create templates. So based on that, we will use template or multi-channel. Okay, now we will send this information. Okay, so you can also set conditions, like when you want to send, and if what like suppose there are suppose there are, you have 2 clients. So if you want to only send to particular client, and so you can do the conditioning part here. And all these functionalities are there, as I showed in the pros of that, in the pro slide. Okay, so now we will I have run this. Now I will send this. Okay, add function. Okay, now I will send this request. So this is the add part. So we are adding add campaign. Okay, so we get the response, and this is the campaign unique ID. Okay, which you will use when you want to send the campaign to the users. So this just creates a campaign and adds it to your like list. Okay, now I'll show you like where it's added. So we go to this campaigns part, all campaigns. Okay, so you can see this campaign is added. Okay, it's in the draft mode. When we will send it, it will be in the sending mode, and after like it gets to all the subscribers, it will be in the send phase. Okay, so like it's already sent. So this is the one that I just created, and you can open it. So what this campaign contains. Okay, so like as I provided 2 there, so it's 2 added. I mean the recipients are added from that audience list. From like I added whom I wanted to send by. Okay, subject as I added. Now content. So here if I go to the content part, I mean, so basically, here you will need to provide the template ID. Okay, so email template, and you need to provide this. So this will use this template to send that emails to your audience. Okay, and this you need to, as I told you, you can create your email template from this tab and customize it whatever way you want. I just created this. Okay, you have all this bow text divider image, you can create this template. So I just created this simple one and I'm using this. Okay, okay, all right, okay. And you have all these functionalities inbuilt here. You can all do all these things, share it to connect Twitter and share it there, share your campaign. Okay, and I'll get back to this part, the URL. Okay, so we have received this. It means our and we have also seen that the campaign gets added to our account. Okay, so this is there. Now we want to send this campaign. Okay, so we will use this send functionality. So send campaign. Okay, if I go to add campaign, it's just a simple thing. We need to provide the post body in the payload, and we are doing this thing here. Okay, so when you will be doing this in production, or I mean the work environment, you will be sending through this post request, not through the get that I used, because it's just a testing. So I just provided a get request, but in the real environment, you will be using the post request and providing this web, I mean post body, and customizing it the way you want. So this thing here. Okay, so now we'll talk about this send campaign functionality. So it's a simple, again, we will need to provide this campaign ID. Okay, so you, as I showed, like when we use this add campaign, we got the campaign ID, uniquely generated campaign ID. So as I can show you, like whenever you do this ad campaign, you will always get a unique ID. Okay, so I just get this ID 60164. Now if I will send this again, it will create a new campaign and it's newly generated ID. So okay, so we will need to provide this one when we want to send campaign. Okay, now I will provide this unique ID here, send campaign, and copy this thing here and paste it, save it. Okay, okay, so it's run. Now I will send this campaign to the users, to our subscribers. So we can use the inbuilt URL here already. Instead of localhost 1/send. Okay, so this is again a get. Okay, authorization is there. Okay, we sent it. Okay, just a second. It should be HTTP request. Okay, you see, you get 200 okay response from that. Okay, so what is happening is we are getting 204, but since we are not defined the particular customized response code, so it's passing us 200 response. Okay, so generally you will get 204 response, as you can see in the documentation. If you go to this send campaign URL and post campaign schedule, you can schedule your campaign as well. So this functionality is there. Pause, send test email. Okay, we see where's the send campaign. Okay, so this is the send campaign, and you can see that success response is 204, empty body. So 204 is when you get a blank response, and I mean empty body. Okay, so this is what we are getting, but you in the postman it's showing 200. So because of MuleSoft. Okay, and we have, so this is done. And so as I told, like you can use understand and use different functionalities which are not provided by marketing connector, but they are in this API. Okay, so you can do all this customer journey conversations, and even chatter is there as well. And you can always use audiences API to add your audience dynamically. And yeah, so this thing is done. Now I will talk about one more thing, which is MailChimp transactional email service, Mandel. So I'll just go through with it in 5 minutes and then we are done. So basically Mandrill API, suppose you have created a like a business, and you are using like kind of order service. So suppose you want to send your businesses, maybe you are using a B2B business, so you want to send order details to your client, okay, so to your other business, then you will use this service. Okay, so you will provide here, I'll show you one email that what it does. Okay, so Mental API is a, like, it's a paid add-on, again offered by MailChimp. So it allows clients to send one-to-one transactional emails. Okay, so you got my point, like what are transactional emails. So these are like when we send order details. Maybe you when you have ordered from Flipkart, you must have seen the all the order details, like order number one, like you must have ordered one product, then second product details, price, etc. So you can send those emails using this Mandel API service. Okay, and triggered by user actions like requesting a password or placing an order, as like this thing. Okay, so when you place an order, you maybe behind the scenes it is using this Mandel API service. So this thing, they are powerful test point between you and customer, so you made it easier. Okay, so this thing is understood. Now I'll show you emails you receive from those. Okay, I didn't show this thing. Okay, see, you receive this email in this format when you like use the send campaign functionality. As you can see, the template is there, and subscribe, you can just use this, add an endpoint here, add a link, and the user will subscribe to it. So kind of promotional emails and all. And this, you can remove this as I told. So this is the mail you will receive when you use the send campaign. Okay, so this thing here already done. Okay, now I will show one thing more. If I go to function, so I will show you an example of transactional email service. So you can see, so this will you can make this kind of email, like order details when you create an order, so using the Mandel API service. Okay, like you can customize it here, order number, product number, product details, product description, confirm quantity, and all these things you can do with this service, Mandel API. Okay, okay, I think I have covered all these things. So okay, okay, so I am done from my end. If you
Yes.
have, guys, any question.
Yeah. Let's wait for some questions. If you have any questions, uh, and you can ask directly to Shubham, or you can write in chat also.